certainly not the outcome that we wanted, and disappointed. I think we got away from our principles a little bit. Offensively, I think we're a better offensive team than we showed tonight. I think a little bit of that is just, I think everything seemed a little bit rushed, and maybe just a little bit. We did a great job on the offensive glass and couldn't finish plays. Some things like that. So I felt like we were just a little bit off offensively. I think we're a better offensive team. I think we can shoot the ball better than we did tonight. I think we can finish plays better than we did tonight. Defensively, we knew it was going to be a challenge coming in, especially guarding somebody like Frank. I thought we had some possessions defensively where we did some really good things. We just weren't connected as a unit for all 30 seconds of the possession, and I think, we had some carryover from some things that we worked on in practice, but then 6 seconds under, a couple times late in the shot clock, we had some breakdowns, just sitting down guarding the ball, not getting to help side, just some little things. But overall, proud of, I thought they continued to fight. I thought we continued to play hard. I thought that the stretch there in the first half really hurt us. But certainly something that we'll have a lot of good film to show them, and we'll have a lot of growth from this game. I'm certain of that.
What are those principles you think they got away from?
Well, just keeping the ball in front of us. We were concerned about all their flare screens and the stagger screens and, shooters coming off. And I thought we did actually a pretty good job at times, taking care of those or communicating about the switches. And then once we got through that part of it, and then it just was, some breakdowns defensively, just staying in our stance and guarding the ball, or if somebody got beat, just being in help side. So just some of those bare basic principles with our man-to-man defense.
You say disconnected, and that's something the girls kind of touched on. It's still a group that has limited Division I minutes and a whole new group playing together. Just how much growth is going to be needed just to get that group playing well together, and patience trying to figure that out?
It's going to take some time. I think I don't know if I said disconnected, or if I think. That sounds negative at times. I think more than anything, we just talk about we've got to have 5 people on the same page and everybody doing the same thing, both ends of the floor. And a lot of that is just it's communicating, it's being at the right place at the right time. And I think the more time we have to play together and learn each other and communicate with each other, as things are going, the better we'll be. For us to be a great defensive team, which I think we can be a good defensive team, we just have to have great communication.
What's the practice plan on getting your 5 players on the same page at the same time?
What's our practice plan?
Yeah, what do you think you need to work on to get those 5 specific players on the same page at the same time?
Yeah, I think collectively, we're on the same page at the same time. It's just maybe, somebody's angles, somebody's positioning was a little bit off. So it's more that, and that's just continuing to practice those things every day. I think everybody heading in knows the game plan and they know what we're trying to do. It's just those are things that you try to build on.
They've gone on a 17-0 run late in the first quarter, early second quarter, but then you all cut it to 7 with 5:12 left in the second. Capria had a couple nice shots back to back, and then, Paige got a steal, missed a layup. They turn around, get a shot, is fouled, and made the free throw. It just seems like every time you put a run together, they had an answer.
Yeah, I think, we allowed their run to be a little bit too long, and then we used so much energy to get back in it. I thought we did a good job just chipping away, getting some defensive stops. We got out in transition. Capria came in and gave us some energy off the bench and finished some plays. And then, every time you were getting right there, it's kind of like we'd give something up, as you said. And I don't know if that was just exerting so much effort that then you're tired when it's time to step up and make that next play. But I definitely think that run in the first half, that was basically the difference in the game right there.
It's a pretty demanding non-conference schedule you have. Can that be a positive in the long haul if you can just kind of get through it early on?
Yeah, no question. I think anytime you're playing good teams, it's going to challenge you and it's going to force you to get better. We're going to have a ton of growth from this. Give Missouri a lot of credit. Obviously they had quite a bit of experienced players coming back that have been in this type of game, been in this situation. I thought they were physical with us. I think all those things we're certainly able to build on. And anytime we play, a good team, it's gonna hopefully challenge us and bring out the best in us and help us continue to get better.
What's the situation with Sydney?
Day to day. to be honest. Coming in, had a conversation with her yesterday, and we felt like it was in her best interest to not try to push her too hard and put her in a position tonight where it wasn't probably going to be in her best interest, and want to just try to get her as healthy as possible so that we can have her for the long haul.
How much is that missed right now when you look at just young players? That's a player who has the most experience on the team, probably combined from everybody on this team.
Yeah, I mean, certainly having her on the floor is going to change a lot of things for us. She's so versatile. She can play so many different positions for us. It just gives us a lot more flexibility to play different lineups with different people. And, just her leadership, having been there, having done that, nobody else other than her really tonight has been in a game like this, in this type of an atmosphere, in this type of a situation. So, I think she just brings a calming presence, a leadership. But, I think maybe the blessing in disguise for us, it's forced us to have to kind of move on and figure out some things without her, and hopefully that'll give us more growth with those kids that are in some of these positions right now. So when she comes back, it's for some other kids to come along for us. So I think the other thing is she's always been such a great leader by example. She's had to really learn to lead more from a vocal standpoint, and not just a cheerleading standpoint, but literally a vocal standpoint from the sideline. And that's always been different because she's been on the floor 35 minutes a game, for most of her career.
You mentioned being a little bit rushed offensively. Does that include even offensive rebounds, getting the boards and going up too quickly maybe?
I think so. Yeah, I just think that it just looked like we needed to take a deep breath and just slow down. We talked about it at halftime, just to collect ourselves, and finish plays. And I just think we weren't able to finish plays. I thought we were rushed, took some rush shots. I thought that I would have preferred if Anaya got off the ball a little bit more and it came back to her, and I think that was a little bit of a product of kids kind of deferring to her, and then it puts a lot on her shoulders. Would have preferred to have a little bit more movement. I thought we needed to screen a little bit better to get people open. Thought we just allowed them to be a little bit more physical, pushing us off of screens and just even in the paint. But we'll get better at it. I mean, I was proud of the way that our kids offensive rebounded. They went to the glass. I mean, they went after. We just didn't finish shots.
Aside from the outcome of the game, what was it like for you moments before tip-off as you walked out first game?
I was, certainly excited to be kicking off the season, and obviously I've heard so much about, the atmosphere and the kind of interest that this type of game brings. I'm just, feel really fortunate that we have such great Lady Bear fans that are here supporting us and come out and, fill the gym for us. So more than anything, I was focused, so, but was excited to be a part of it, and I hope they'll continue to come out and support and to see our team grow throughout the season.
Didn't lose any focus with Cheryl Burnett and Jackie Stiles sitting there courtside?
Honest to God, I didn't even know where they were sitting. I hate to say that. I know that we were. I talked to Jackie yesterday. She came and talked to the team. I just wanted her. Not necessarily, I told the team, I wasn't necessarily bringing her in to get them fired up for Missouri. Like, there's enough there, you don't need to get them fired up for Missouri, right? But I had talked to Jackie a while ago and had just asked if at some point she would just come talk to our team before the season started. And it just so happened the best day for her was yesterday, the day before the game. So I had a chance to talk to her for a while, and the team, she spoke with the team, and I knew she was going to be courtside. We got her courtside seats. But honestly, I had no idea where she was sitting. I never saw her. And I talked to Cheryl. We had a couple text message exchanges this past week, and I knew she'd be over there too. But no, honestly, I don't know where anybody was sitting tonight.